Yeah, we'll get together tonight as a team and watch the Adelaide-Melbourne game so we know who we're going to play in the grand final. But it's exciting to wake up in our own beds and look forward to a grand final series. And we'll enjoy watching the game and then we'll start preparing for the specifics tomorrow. But yeah, it's a fantastic feeling knowing we're going into another grand final.
Do you have a preference on who you'd rather face?
No, I'll sit on the fence, but with Gary Irvin getting suspended, it makes it a lot tougher for Adelaide to win. So it's going to be a great game, and we're looking forward to seeing it. But yeah, it'll be interesting now that Irvin's out.
And I suppose just yourself personally, obviously you were sort of rested in the lead up to the semis and everything a bit from training. How's the body feeling getting into the final?
Body feels good. I'll rest up again today, and the best thing about winning the semi-finals in 2 games is it means we can take care of everybody's bodies, and there's no rush between backing up between the end of a semi-final series and a grand final series. So the silver lining is there's no pressure to make sure that everyone's training. We can take care of our bodies first and foremost, and then start preparing for the team once we know who we're playing.
Do you feel pressure and expectations to win the grand final this year?
There's always pressure to win the grand final when you win the minor premiership, but you know, we're fortunate enough that a lot of the guys, this is now their 3rd consecutive grand final series, and the pain from losing the last 2 is motivation enough to win it, let alone any pressure that might be put on us. So we're an old enough squad now not to let that affect us, but just looking forward to hopefully winning this one, and you know, they say 3rd time's a charm.
What's Trevor Gleeson brought as a coach this year?
He's been great. You know, he puts a lot of ownership on the older guys, and he gives a lot back to the players. So you know, he's a very passionate coach. He's a very intelligent coach, and that confidence he gives the players becomes infectious. And we're playing with the confidence that you need to win a championship. And we've all bought into his team system. So no, he's been a great coach all season, and hopefully gets rewarded with Coach of the Year.
Because it kind of could have been hit and miss. I mean, if you look at New Zealand's situation.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know, Bevo is a fantastic coach, and so when he left, I think a lot of questions were, you know, how are we going to be able to, you know, be successful in year 1 under a new coach, and we've shown that we can. And Trev's a veteran coach. He's been very successful, and it's carried over to this season with the Wildcats.
And just, I suppose you spoke about the pain of losing, obviously, the last couple of years. You personally, how strong was that for you?
It was massive. Unfortunately, I had to watch, you know, most of the grand final games from the sideline through injury, so it made it even tougher. But you know, that drive you feel, and that anger and that upsetness you feel after losing really is the motivational factor for not only the off season but carries into regular season. And now that it's so close, you know, I've never seen the guys more determined to win anything in their lives, and we're still a week away from game 1.
I think there was also a bit of criticism of Sean Redditch after that last game about flopping. Do you have any?
No, look, it's pretty funny. There's a Twitter account has been set up called Floppage, @Floppage42, and you know, Sean's one of those guys that just laughs about it. He takes it all in his stride. He's a lot better defender than what he's given credit for, and occasionally he gets knocked and he goes down, but you know, you can't help but laugh. But the reality is, if you flop and then you get a warning, the next one's a tech foul and 2 shots for the other team. So we've got to make sure that we don't carry it out onto the court, but we can definitely laugh about it off it.
And just, I mean, how important is he, obviously, for you guys?
He's massive. He's won us some games. Earlier in the season, he won us 2 games against Melbourne and Adelaide. And that performance he put on against Wollongong a few days ago was inspirational. He had 26 points, and I think 16 of those came in the second quarter when the game was on the line. So, you know, if he's hitting form at this time of the year, it's a fantastic boost for us, and it takes away some of the pressure that we probably put on Ennis and Bill to score.
And just the MVPs coming up. Your tip, do you think you're a chance?
Do I? No, I don't think I'm a chance, but I definitely think James Ennis is. And you know, regardless of whether he wins it or not, I do believe he's the best player in the league. But sometimes being the best player in the league doesn't carry over to winning the MVP. But he's a special player, and it's been a privilege to have him as a teammate all season.
I just want to ask you, has much changed over the last couple of years, or has the group just kind of gelled together better because you've aged together?
No, we have. I think the consistency of keeping that core group of players together has been a huge factor in the success we've had over the last 4 or 5 seasons. And you know, we know what to expect from each other, and we don't have any problem calling each other out if they're not performing to those expectations. And the way we treat each other becomes contagious to the new guys we bring in. So it doesn't matter if we bring in new personnel; they know what's expected of this group because of the expectations that, you know, Sean Redditch has, Greg High has, myself, Jesse, and Matty. You know, 5 guys that have been together for now 5 years.
And will you continue to play for the next few years? So have you decided?
I hope so. To tell the truth, you know, I'm off contract at the end of the season, and yeah, if the Wildcats want me, then you know, I definitely call Perth home, and I love playing for this franchise. So hopefully, I'm here for a long time to go.